on the Feast of Tabernacles. Our group was in Israel. I was in Jerusalem on the Feast of Tabernacles. We went down the day before the feast, and there some things happened. And the Jews took kindly to me. The next day was the feast. I went there with my little yarmulke. And I said, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord." I said, "I can't say that in Hebrew." He said, "We didn't think you could." And what we're going to do now is we will actually put a phylactery winding this this goat thing 3 times here, 7 times here, put the phylactery right here, put the phylactery on the forehead, and we're going to take your picture at the wailing wall, reading this for your bar mitzvah. I said, "You know I can't." He said, "Well, this guy with the little ascetic, he's going to help you, and he's going to pronounce the words for you." And there I stood at the wailing wall for my bar mitzvah with pictures. And I said, "You can't take pictures here. You know you can't take pictures. It's against the rules to take pictures here." And he said, "Oh, you New York Jews, don't you know anything? $20 can get anything." So I passed him the 20. The photographer came out from the back. And there we're taking the pictures. The pictures came in the mail. We have them in our books. Here I am with my phylacteries, all that kind of stuff, great stuff. And you know why I have those pictures? Because I kissed the Torah. I understood that the Torah is a female. And the Torah is my love. The Torah receives not only respect, but genuine and complete adoration. Did you understand that? It's the only way it'll work. Now, do you think those Jews over there in Jerusalem could tell the spirit of your Bible teacher or not?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think it showed that I loved the Bible?
Yes.
Do you think it just coming out of me?
Yeah.
I think it did.
Yes.
I think the love that a person has shows. And they saw it. And after 3 days of testing, he said, "Well, he's not much of a Jew, but he's got $20.
Loves the word.
He loves the word. He loves the word. He loves the Bible. Because I gave him Bible verses back, in English. They knew that. The pictures came, I opened them up, and I showed them to my children. At that time, Marceline was in high school. Marceline was with, here just a minute ago, she took Stephen out. Marceline looked at the pictures, looked at her daddy, and said, "Daddy, does this mean we're all Jews now?" And I had to take her to the Bible and the book of Revelation and said, "Yes, Marceline, we've been Jews all the time. We're the true Jews. We are the true Jews. We're not of the synagogue of Satan. We're the true Jews." That's what it says in the Bible. How do I know that? I've always considered myself a Jew. I've always considered myself a Catholic. I'm not a Roman, but a Catholic. I don't know whether you understood that. I'm a Catholic. I'm a member of the Universal Church. Did you understand what I said?
Amen.
All right. And I think that way. In fact, I think that I'm a Lutheran. I was there You didn't hear me. So I'm gonna hear. I was there. I handed the nails to Martin. You understand me?
Yeah.
Yes, I was there. Every one of these Bible lessons, I think, I place myself. And I say, that's what we did.
Right.
Did you hear the word?
Uh-huh.
That's what we did. I think that way. My mind does that. So when I was there with those Jews dancing, it showed. Because I believed it.
Yes. Amen.
When did I first start believing the Bible? Well, there are all kinds of answers that I could give there. But I have come absolutely convinced that the Bible is right. And every word in the Bible is the truth. But there's a problem. Not every word in the Bible is for every group.
That's right.
And not every word in the Bible is for every time frame.
Yes.
That's why we study to show ourselves approved, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed. Tell me the rest. Rightly, say the word. Dividing the word of truth. Rightly dividing. For we have to divide this into various parts. The parts for the Spirit. And they did a fine job. 500 years, but dividing that word. In our books, obviously, we're going to the soul and body. Children are the crown of an old man. I want to say that again. My grandchildren are my crown. Did you hear me? I think that way. I believe that. I believe my grandchildren are my crown. Now it also says, and the glory of children are their fathers. I studied that very carefully, and I'm not quite sure whether it means that the kid's glory is his father, or the father's glory is his kid. You can, when you study it in the Hebrew, you can see it, you can get both ideas out of it. So now I'm going to talk to you about my children's children. My grandchildren sits right over here at the front table. His name is David O'Brien. He made his grandmother so happy to have an O'Brien name because she felt that she was 100% Irish. Married a German, produced a bunch of Ebaugh boys, and got back into the true the Irish. Now, David, we'll find out when you get there. And I got there to that school, and this is what they said: we're going to teach you radar countermeasures. You're a first-class petty officer. You're the top. There are no sailors in the Navy who wear these white hats who are higher than you. You've already received. You are a warrior. You're a trained warrior in the United States Navy. You know everything about that ship. And I said, yes, sir. That's right. You are absolutely right. I know about the ship. I know how to work every one. I can fire a torpedo. I can start it. Whatever it is, I can do. He said, now we're going to teach you about the Russians. It's the Korean War. I didn't know how important it was to study your enemy. Did you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I had to live through this. I had to see. How much money did they spend on this sailor to teach me about the Russians and the Russian radars? Now, what could I do with a Russian radar? I was a sailor on a United States submarine. What could I do with a Russian sonar? When this course was over, they gave me a black box. All the wires in it were white. There was a spot to stick a dynamite. Put a quarter stick of dynamite right in there. Turn the thing over, seal it, throw the switch, and run like, I can't. Just run. Well, how many of you believe that this sailor would have ever put that dynamite in there and thrown that switch? Huh? No, sir. No, sir, I would have never trusted that switch at the time delay circuit there. That was a waste of their money. I was supposed to put that in if the Russians ever got our ship. You know what I'm saying? It was a secret. And I can tell you what it was. This box connected to the periscope. The periscope went up, and on our cruising periscope to 55 feet, we had my radar was in that. But then they put a new antenna, and then even on the captain's attack periscope, I had an antenna in that periscope. That antenna would pick up the Russian radars as that radar signal would go out. You know, a radar goes out, hits the ship, bounces back, right? You know that. All right. If it goes out and hits the ship, then we could know when it hit. And when we brought that signal down our periscope and put it over here in my black box, then I had the oscilloscope, and I could tell the captain. I pressed the button. I said, "Captain, Ebaugh on the ECM," and I said, "What is happening is that there is a Russian destroyer out there, and it's the DD-762. The captain's name is Ebaugh," and I would tell him I had a book. And I looked up the rep rate, I looked up the frequency, I looked up everything, because we had the fingerprints of every Russian radar. We knew when they were around. Do you understand? And not only that, but then we had the book that told where the ship was built, all the details about it. I could tell the captain everything in this secret little book. How many understand it is necessary to study the enemy?
That's right.
There comes a time, I say there comes a time when the Navy looks at you and says, "You are a master warrior, but you don't know the enemy.
That's right.
So we can't really put you into battle yet until you understand not your equipment, but his equipment." That's why they sent me. And that's why I still study the devil. Come on. And it says we're not ignorant of his devices. How many do that? The word devices is thought patterns, the way he